going, fellow Transformers? Nathan Strength here with tips on how to transform your body. And this week I've been reading a lot of different articles on different celebrities who have put on a huge amount of muscle mass and lean tissue, gotten ripped for different movies this year. And one that I really was impressed by was Chris Hemsworth in the movie Thor. And he was able to put on like something like 25 pounds of muscle, and he looked super ripped, super jacked in the movie, and it was just insane. But I mean, when you think about it, a celebrity is their main job is to look good for that movie. And so obviously us, regular people, Transformers, but people that are either students or you're working or both, we don't have that scheduling time necessarily to do all that. You know, we've got to do everything on our own. We don't have trainers, we don't have dietitians and cooks and everything like that. So I have a quick tip for you guys that are trying to transform your bodies but are going through a busy period of time. For instance, the past 2 weeks I've been having crazy midterms and different projects that I have to do with school. And so, you know, it's a lot harder to get my meals in. But if you're getting super swamped for a week or two with either exams or just at work or just something going on with your family situation, here's my tip for you guys. To really tailor your cycles, bulking and cutting, to your lifestyle. What I mean by that is something that I've noticed in last year was during midterms, I would be super stressed. I would be studying a whole lot, just sitting on my butt, and it would be a huge struggle to eat. You know, I'd be nervous. I wouldn't have a lot of time. And so what would happen was I would haphazardly try and put together some meals, try and get enough calories, but I was never successful. And overall, it just made me more stressed in my schoolwork, and I just didn't feel good about it. But what I've noticed is when I'm really busy, I actually don't feel like eating hardly at all. You know, I can go a whole day eating only like 1,500, 2,000 calories. And so what I have thought of, I'm a genius, is to tailor your bulking and cutting cycles depending on your schedule. Alright, so let's take a look at my schedule and I'll show you guys what I mean. In terms of my university schedule, there's really not a huge amount going on. It's not too hectic. It's definitely manageable to do bulking for the most part, except for the last 2 weeks of October and the first 2 weeks of December. Those are my busy periods with either midterms, presentations, or finals. And so what I've done this year is I've actually tailored my cycles, my eating cycles, based on that. So I'm bulking for the first like 6 or 7 weeks, and then once the third week of October hits, I get to cut for just 2 weeks. And then for November, I bulk again, and then December, the first 2 weeks, I do a cut. And then, you know, after that, Christmas holidays, I'm obviously bulking, and so forth and so on. And what this does is it really just uses your lifestyle to your advantage instead of to your detriment. Because when you're busy, you don't really want to eat that much anyway, spend so much time eating meals and making meals. And when you have a lot of time, you're probably hungry and you probably want to eat anyway, so you might as well be bulking. And so what it allows you to do really is to bulk up a bit, gain some muscle, trim down, lose a bit of that gut, and then continue on. So it's actually pretty good timing. And so for those of you that are trying to do this, here's basically my main rule of thumb. And I might have future videos on this later on, but basically it's all has to do with carbs. When I'm bulking, I usually take in about 500 to 600 grams of carbs a day. And when I'm cutting, I basically keep everything the same. My diet's the same, the amount of fats, proteins are pretty much the same. All I do is pretty much just cut back on my carbs. So instead of eating 500 to 600 grams of carbs a day, I'll eat like 100 to 150 grams of carbs a day. And that alone will just put you in a cutting cycle. I don't know what you've heard about low-carb diets, but trust me, they work. Here's a picture of me in August of this year. And yeah, I got really ripped pretty quickly, and I didn't lose too much muscle mass. So trust me when I say this, just cut back on carbs and you're going to be really good. So guys, I hope this tip was helpful for you guys in transforming your bodies. And I'm going to be basically trying to make a video every week from now on, even though the last 2 weeks I've been really busy. So I hope to really just get one out next week, early on. And so I will talk to you soon. Remember, dedication leads to results. Subscribe if you haven't already.